Corals have evolved to live in a very low nutrient environment and low sediments. And so once we have too many nutrients and too much sediment in there, they in fact start to die. The major contributor is in fact our agricultural practices that occur within the catchment. That's where we get most of our sediment and most of our nutrients. In the past, what would have happened when we had a rainfall event, a lot of the water would have soaked in through the vegetation and there would have been minimal runoff. But through development, what we've done is we've actually removed that filtering capacity, including wetlands and a lot of salt marshes, which would have trapped all of those sediments and nutrients in the past. But now, because they don't have that capacity, it simply goes down the river as if it was a drain. So it's critical that everyone, not just farmers, but everyone understands that they have a part to play in helping the health of the reef by looking at what's going down the drains, what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, looking at how they can actually farm better using best practice techniques to reduce the amount of nutrient and sediment and pesticides that come off their land.
My grandfather and my great uncle bought the farm in 1937. It'll be 78 years. 78 years? Yeah, 78 years of farming. Lately we started changing our fertiliser practices. We've gone to GPS, which gives us strategic placement of chemicals now. We can halve our chemical rates we use by only spraying the area where we need to. Mate, look at this stuff, mate. It's we use biology and trying to get root growth, and I can utilise a scientist, a biologist, and we're trying to play with different biology to grow cane in more sustainable levels with lower nutrient bases. That's the most exciting bit.
So you're going to put stuff over here? So Terrain's the natural resource management body for the wet tropics. So we're working with across all different sectors, whether that be the farming community, the school groups. You can be working with multiple government agencies. Primarily is linking people together, drawing different sectors together, and we've got a strong education focus, anything that has positive impacts on our catchments.
Federal government's been great in the fact that it's given us ability to finance some of our outside-the-box ideas. We're using less chemicals, less nitrogen, less nutrients. We're containing more of that stuff on our own property.
The reef is absolutely critical to the Cairns community. Cairns really depends on both the reef and our agriculture, so having the support from the Australian government to fund programs like this, having farmers like Mark on side, it's absolutely critical to get the two working together.
The benefits of me as a farmer is to make myself more sustainable, to look at lowering my input costs, to lower my outgoings, as in what leaves my farm. I can manage my farm properly with levels, grassed headlands, improvements to the creeks, less runoff, and therefore downstream effects will be less nutrients in the water, less chemicals coming into the water, and everyone's a winner.
And we have seen improvements in terms of the load of sediment, nutrients and pesticides going into the reef areas. For a sediment, we're looking at about an 11% reduction compared to 2009 figures. For total nitrogen, it's 10%. For dissolved inorganic nitrogen, 16%. And for pesticides, the largest improvement has been about 28%. That's significant in terms of the loads that are impacting on Great Barrier Reef ecosystems. It's important to me because even as I was growing up, all I wanted to do was come up, fish, dive, swim on the reef and snorkel. I now have 3 kids. I want them to be able to do the same thing. We will have a reef for the future as long as we continue to invest and we continue to take the actions that will reduce those pressures on the reef.